Hey guys, this is Howard UBR Tech. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show you how to disassemble a ZEV Z320 octane. Before I get started, I'd like to ask everybody to please subscribe and tell a friend about the channel. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get on with the video. The first thing we have to do is make sure we're safe. And how we do that is by pushing this button right here, and that's your mag release. That'll drop your mag. Even though there's no ammo in the mag, doesn't mean we're safe. We have to check the chamber to make sure that there's no ammo in the chamber. And how we do that is by gripping the pistol like this, grabbing the slide from here or here and pulling this way while pushing forward with this hand. And you could see that there's no ammo in the chamber. We are now safe. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to push up on this and we're going to hold up while grabbing the slide from here and pulling it to the rear. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to push this takedown lever to the 7 o'clock position. Next, what we're going to do is grab the slide from the rear and pull it to the rear. You'll see or hear the slide lock release, and that's when you know to follow the slide forward. Follow the slide forward and take it off. You can put this part down for now. Next, we're going to remove the recoil spring, and how we do that is by grabbing it from here, and we're going to push up and pull out on an angle. It's going to look something like this. Pull up and out on an angle. Now we're going to remove the barrel, and we're going to do the same thing. It's going to be removed by pulling up and out on an angle. So up, out on an angle. Now for most people, just to field strip, you can stop at this point, but if you want to go one step further, you could remove the FCU, which is the silver part right here, and you would remove this for maintenance and, repair, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you how to remove the FCU. If you don't want to remove the FCU, fast forward to the point where we're putting everything back together. If not, follow these steps. So the first step we have to do to remove the FCU is removing the takedown lever. Something to note is that every P320 is slightly different as far as the tolerances, and some are a little harder to get the takedown lever to come out. If that is the case for you, what you want to do is you want to get a 3mm punch, put it onto this little circle right here, and push this way. That should make it a little easier to remove the takedown lever. This one isn't that bad, so I'm just going to use my hands. So what I'm going to do is put my finger on this little circle. I'm going to push this way while twisting the takedown lever back and forth and pulling out. So I'll show you what it looks like. So I'm going to put my finger here. I'm going to grab the takedown lever from here. I'm going to push with this finger this way, and I'm going to twist the takedown lever back and forth until it comes out. And I'm also pulling with my left hand as well. So there you go. Boom. Here it is. And then twist. It comes out. Next, to finally remove the FCU, you're going to grab these two rails from here and you're going to pull upward. Again, every P320 is a little different, so if you run into a situation where it's really hard to get the FCU out by pulling upward on these two rails right here and here, you might want to get like something that's wooden like this that could fit underneath the rail, and then you can kind of pry it upward. I use wood, so this way it doesn't mar the grip module as much. Again, this P320, the FCU is not hard to remove, so I'm just going to use my fingers. So you're going to pull up. Once you get to this point where the trigger is about to be removed from this hole right here, what you're going to do is you're going to pull out this way as well. So it's going to be pulled up and out on an angle. So up and out on an angle, just like that. Congratulations, you have successfully field stripped your ZEV Z320. Now let's put everything back together. So we're going to take our grip module, we're going to take our FCU, and we're going to install the FCU to the grip module. We're going to take this portion of the trigger, and we're going to put it into this hole right here. It's going to look something like this. So you're going to see the trigger is coming out of this circle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to level it out like this, and it's going to just stay like that for now. The next goal here is to get this portion of the FCU underneath this part of the grip module. And how we do that is push slightly forward on the FCU while pushing down on the FCU. And it's going to look something like this. We're pushing slightly forward, and then we're pulling down on an angle. What we're going to do from here is we're going to push down on the front part, but also push to the rear of the grip module. So again, pushing down on here, pushing down on here and also pushing back. So pushing down just like that, and there you go. We're seated. Now that we have the FCU in here, the next thing I like to do is push on these two rails this way, just to make sure we have everything tucked as far back as possible on the FCU. So I push, and it seems like everything is seated properly. Next, we have to install the takedown lever. So in order to install the takedown lever, this side gets inserted first. And you're going to notice that there's this half circle right here, and there's this little shaved off part. Well, that shaved off part should be lined up with this slanted part inside the FCU. And I'll show you what it looks like. So we're going to line up that shaved off part to that slanted part. If you look right here, the slanted part is lined up with the shaved off part of the takedown lever. Now once you have that set up, what you're going to do is you're going to push the takedown lever this way, and then you're also going to turn the takedown lever back and forth to kind of wiggle it through. And it's going to look something like this. Pushing forward, boom. Now you're halfway in. So now what we need to do is we need to get this part of the takedown lever into this hole right here. The easiest way I found to do that is by taking this part and putting it to the 9 o'clock or 11 o'clock position. So as soon as I did that, you notice I put this part right here to like the 9 o'clock position. If you look over here, this part automatically fell into place. Now if yours didn't fall into place, let's just say it was like this, you're just going to take it and you're going to, move it into place just like that. Now you're going to notice you're almost all the way installed. So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to rotate the takedown lever to the 3 o'clock position. Now, once you get to the 3 o'clock position, you're going to notice this little tab here. This is now lined up with this groove right here. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that, but this little groove right here, this little tab will be inserted to this groove right here when we're finished. How we do that is we're going to push this part down a little bit more to make sure we're fully in a 3 o'clock position. We can see now that the tab is lined up with this groove right here. And what we're going to do from here is we're going to push the takedown lever this way. And I usually do it with my thumb. You may need to move this takedown lever on this side up and down just to wiggle it into place. So again, we're pushing this way and moving this part up and down. So here, let's do it. Pushing and wiggling, and boom, now we're into the correct area. So now what we do is we take the takedown lever and we push it down to the 7 o'clock position, and there you go. You have installed your FCU to the grip module. Now what we're going to do is we're going to install everything to the slide. First thing we're going to do is take the barrel. We're going to take this portion right here and we're going to insert that to this circle right here, and it's going to look something like this. Goes in on an angle just like that, drops in, push this barrel back. You could see the barrel block drops into this area right here. Next, we're going to take our recoil spring. There's 2 sides to the spring. There's this side and this side. The fat end of the recoil spring gets inserted to this area right here, while this side, you notice there's 2 shaved off parts here and here. Those shaved off parts are going to be on either side, just like that. It doesn't matter which side you decide, the top or the bottom of the round part of the spring. And we're going to make sure that is located right here on the barrel. And it's going to look something like this. The round off part is facing downward. We take the fat part and we put it into that circle that I said before. And then we basically are going to press the spring while pushing down. So compress, push down, and there you go. You notice the shaved off parts here and here are on either side. The other thing I want to make sure to note, this will prevent you from putting the slide back on the grip module, is that you want to make sure that the spring is lined up perfectly with the barrel. If the spring is a little bit like this or a little too far like this, then you're not going to be able to get that slide on there. So you want to make sure it's lined up just like this. Next, we're going to take this opening right here and this opening right here, and we're going to slide those onto this rail and this rail, and it's going to look something like this. Once we've done that, we're going to push up and hold up on this slide lock again, grabbing the slide from here and pulling it to the rear again. Pull it. Now it's locked back. We're going to take our takedown lever and we're going to push that to the 3 o'clock position. There you go. Next, we're going to grab the slide from here and we're going to pull to the rear. Once you see the slide lock drop, we can follow the slide forward. Following it forward, and there you go. The next thing I like to do is do a function test. And how we do that is by gripping the pistol like this, pushing forward with this hand, grabbing the slide from here or here and pulling it this way a few times. I like to do it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Point the pistol in a safe direction, pull the trigger. Everything sounds like it's functioning properly. Now all we have to do is insert the magazine. The flat part right here faces the rear of the pistol, and then you insert the magazine into this hole right here. Push it up until you hear that click, and then you are good to go. Congratulations, you have successfully disassembled and reassembled your ZEV Z320. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments below. If you thought the video was helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe and tell a friend about the channel. Every subscriber helps the channel grow. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.